As you can see, it's raining, so that kind of puts a damper on my shooting for today. We'll see what happens later. Alright, while I'm waiting for the weather to clear up just a little bit more, it stopped raining. I can still hear some faint thunder in the background, so I'm going to give it a minute. I'm going to talk about a couple of camping tools and issues I have. Now, one of my favorite camping tools is this. This is a camp saw, $10 from Battle Boy Surplus, my friend's company. This is one of the most vital tools to me because I don't go camping where I have cut wood. I don't have logs laying around, so I have to get my own. Now, you could bring an axe along with you, which is heavy. You can bring a camp axe, which is great if you've got wood around that you can just split, but usually I'm going around and finding my own wood. Now, a lot of the new people to camping or whatever think you need giant pieces of wood. This is about the size of wood that I go out and find. This is actually a Swedish torch, fire torch that I'm going to be using later to cook my food. I'll show that in another video. But this is about the size of logs that I go get. You don't need giant chunks of logs. You don't need, whole branches to cook with. You need smaller ones that you can build a nice fire with. This is what you want to get that. Those hand saws, not hand saws, what am I trying to say? The cord saws or the hand chainsaws are sometimes called, don't work with a damn. I've used a number of different brands. Chris at Battle Boy Surplus sells them. He sells one that is a little higher quality, but in my opinion, my experience, none of them work with a damn. This, however, will saw through a chunk this size in no time at all. Let's see, I'm already good ways through that. So, one of these is pretty much necessary for me when I go camping. You can, of course, use other things, hatchets, whatever floats your boat if that's what you like to use. But personally, this is the easiest to use. It's lightweight, doesn't take up much room in my pack, it folds up, and I don't really have to maintain it. This one pretty much as sharp as the day I bought it. Now, some people want to get something like this. This is a Glock field knife. First off, not a good camping knife. It doesn't have the right blade for it. The blade is not wide enough. It's thick enough for a good camping knife, in my opinion. But this is more what I want. This is a knife that was specialty made for me. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted a very thick, let's see if it'll focus on that. Maybe not. I wanted a very thick, wide knife. You can choke up on it, do detailed work. This is not good for hunting. This is not good for preparing game. It's not really good for batoning with logs. It's too narrow and too thick, so it's more like a wedge, not the best. And not the best. I mean, if you take a look at my knife. Yeah. Why am I not good at that? See, I hack right through that with my knife. It's more axe-ish, I guess. Better chopping power with this. So, not a good knife, but a lot of people like to get a knife like this, a fighting/survival knife, although it's only really a fighting knife. It's not a survival knife, despite some of the features this one has. Has a sawback. Now, the sawback on the Glock knife works. I know there are a lot of fans of these knives. Now, it does work. And if I want to sit here for 20 minutes and saw through that damn thing, I will. But look at how thick that is. Let me compare it to a cut made by my camp saw. So you can see the difference in thickness. Now, the thicker the blade, the harder it's going to be to use. The longer it's going to take you to get through that, the more material you're going to have to get rid of. It's just not really suited for that. It will work if you have to use it, but I would prefer, if I'm going camping, to carry a saw which will work perfectly for its role, and my hunting knife, which will work perfectly for its role, instead of sacrificing both rolls in order to carry this. I don't know why you'd want to do that. To save weight maybe, but if you have a tool that doesn't really serve its purpose, I don't see the point in carrying it. So I would rather carry both of these that are optimal for their roles rather than something where I'm going to have to sacrifice. So, my little opinion on it. So there you go. Storm in the process of rolling in here, so I don't know if I'm going to have to pack this up and go inside. That should be interesting in the next few minutes. Getting ready to do my video on the, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, Swedish fire log, Canadian fire log, whatever you want. Deer. Deer. Let me see if I can get him. Oh, come on. Oh, where'd you go, little guy? He disappeared into the woods. Maybe we'll see a few more. When it starts raining, they start popping up. So I'll keep the camera and the tripod over here, but they're going to pop up on that tree line there. Let's see if we can see them. Alright. It's only 2 o'clock, so I'm not too worried. But, you know, regardless if I get to shoot or not, it's nice to get out here. Hoping some deer pop out. Saw some earlier. They like to come out at that line there. That's a soybean field right there. And they like to eat the soybeans when they're up. They're not up right now. They're just sprouting. They usually come out at that line when it's raining. Or groundhog. I'll pop a groundhog in the rain. I don't care. Look at how fast those clouds are moving.